You know what time it is? It's
time?
time for everybody's favorite segment.
No deal.
And I jumped on that, so that's my bad.
False start.
Big Deal, No Deal is brought to you by our good pals at Brady Industries. Brady Industries is a provider of commercial cleaning supplies and equipment throughout the western United States for over 65 years. Brady Industries, clean solutions, a tradition for generations. Topic number 1.
Big deal, no deal. Robert and I tweets for the first time since April 29th, 2009.
I don't know if people saw this, but we were talking with Justin about, the coaches tweeting. They were going out on the road, and Coach and I retweets quite a bit, but he doesn't tweet a whole lot. And we saw him tweeting that he was heading out to the Carolinas. Is this a big deal or no deal?
This is a huge deal. This is a big deal. I mean, when social media has changed the landscape of recruiting, and if recruits are following the coaches that they are interacting with, on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis, I mean, it's good for them to say, recruits say, oh yeah, that coach, he's hip, he's with the times. Yeah, that's fine. He's not old man, granddaddy. Yeah, so yeah, huge deal.
It's a big deal. He hasn't tweeted, and I double-checked this. I even triple-checked this. I went to his timeline, and I went down the line, and the last tweet that is showing up in his timeline was April 29th, 2009. I wasn't even on, and I feel like I'm a pretty good tweeter, good social media skills.
Yeah, you're good.
I was not on Twitter until 2010. So if it's been that long, of course that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Robert and I on Twitter makes the world a better place, in my opinion. Topic number 2.
Big deal, no deal. The 2016 football schedule as a recruiting tool.
I'll let you go ahead first.
I think it's huge. And we were talking with Justin. You relate experiences. Players want the opportunity to shine on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
And when you have an opportunity to go to venues, we're just looking at that. I mean, you're playing two games on neutral sites in NFL stadiums. You're taking on Arizona, and you're taking on West Virginia.
Yep.
And you have an opportunity to go to Michigan State and host UCLA, and you get to play Utah. I mean, that's what players want. Players want the opportunity to be able to play the best competition possible and then see where they stack up. Yeah. I think it's a huge deal.
I think it's a huge deal as well. I mean, when you look at let's take a Troy Warner, for example, and you look at that Pac-12 schedule that he would play. You have teams like USC and UCLA, and maybe even you could throw a Stanford or Arizona State in there, and that's cool. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's some venues in there in the Rose Bowl, so yeah, that's great. But let's flip it over to maybe this year's schedule and playing at the Rose Bowl, a Pac-12 school, which he would already have done. But then an opportunity to play a Michigan, at Michigan in the regular season and not having to wait until the bowl game to play, in a Rose Bowl or whatever the case is. And so to then go from conference to conference to conference to big school to big venues, to me, that is more appealing than just being in a Power 5 school, playing, in a good conference, in a good schedule, but not to the par of which you could be seeing, week in and week out. So huge deal there.
Topic number trace.
The Jimmer signing a contract with the D-League.
Can I take this one?
Go ahead, man.
Anything Jimmer related is a big deal. Jimmer got up and got the paper. That's a big deal to me.
I'm gonna say no deal.
It's a big deal. Here's what's happened. If you've not heard, Jimmer signed a D-League contract. Now, he did not sign with a specific team. He signed a contract with the D-League, and now he's eligible for the D-League draft, which will be held tomorrow. So I think it's a big deal. The reason I think it's a big deal is everybody, myself included, assumed that when he was released from the Spurs that he was going to move on and go overseas. This clearly tells you that Jimmer is not willing to give up on the NBA dream, because if he's drafted in the D-League, I think most people would agree that that's probably a better situation, and you're one step closer to getting back in the NBA than you are going overseas.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but for me, I think as a fan, I'm a huge fan of Jimmer. Good friends, my wife and him and his wife, friends. But I don't think it's a big deal. You kind of, from an athletic standpoint, you're taking a step down. Obviously you had some struggles, trying to make a team and stay on. But I don't know, man. I feel like he's better than that. Obviously,
he doesn't need the money.
No, he doesn't need the money, but I don't know, man. It's just like it's not exciting because it's like you're gonna go there and just dominate. You're gonna do whatever. It might
Which
be
then puts him back in the NBA.
It maybe. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Fingers crossed.
I hope so. Yeah.
All right.
I hope so.
All right. Final topic. Topic number 4.
Big deal, no deal. Halloween as a holiday.
All right, Brian. Big deal, no deal. Halloween.
This is a big deal, man. You know how I feel about my candy. So
you were scarfing down some Skittles before the show even started.
Yeah, some purple Skittles. This is a big deal. I mean, from a spiritual aspect, I don't really like it. It gives me the uneasies in the stomach. But if you can turn it into a positive and have some good light on it, it's great. It's fun. But from a candy and what you get and the participation from it, oh, I love it. And the fact that I got a 4-year-old, man, I could just send him to do all my dirty work and he comes back with a
you
pillowcase.
send the kid out to get you candy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm there in the streets, watching him, making sure he doesn't go in the house. But, when he comes back, I'm like, you don't want this. You can't have this one. This is mine.
See, no deal for me. Honestly, Halloween is my least favorite. I will celebrate Arbor Day before I will really get excited about Halloween.
What's Arbor Day?
It's just... Isn't it about the trees?
Is that your point?
Yeah, that's my point. I think Arbor Day has to deal with trees.
Is that something with the church?
But yeah, I just have never been a Halloween guy. I don't like getting scared. I try not to eat a ton of candy, and I don't like to dress up.
The scary part. I hate.
Yeah, I don't do haunted houses.
No.
I don't do any of that stuff.
No, we were watching Casper, the original Casper, last night, and there was some I had to turn my head.
On Casper, really?
Yeah, I'm a big scaredy cat, man, and I like sneeze or something, try to play it off. I didn't want to show my wife that I was scared.
All right, Big Deal, No Deal, brought to you by Brady Industries. Clean solutions, a tradition for generations. The 16th ranked women's volleyball team has a big match tonight. Senior libero Sierra Parker joins us next on BYU Sports Nation.
I don't know why people like getting scared.
You and I are kindred spirits like that.
No scaring.